at Techopia and at SaaS North, and I'm here with not just a speaker that will be part of a panel discussion here at SaaS North, but also a well-known entrepreneur, CEO of Page Cloud, Craig Fitzpatrick. Thank you so much, Craig, for joining us today.
Happy to be here.
For those of you that do not know Page Cloud just yet, I am excited to share this company with you. You've done some amazing work within just how people rethink using the web in general as a company. So I'm going to let you take that very well-known TechCrunch pitch that you've done and kind of condense it into a few seconds and kind of share with anybody that do not know Page Cloud just yet what you guys specialize in.
Sure. Well, we're trying to kind of usher in a new era in the sense that for the last 20 years or so, to put things on the web, mainly websites of different flavors, you've really had to hire someone. It has not been a do-it-yourself experience. And it sort of worked that way because for a bunch of reasons we all need to be on the web. But I think there's a tide change coming where the next evolution of this is that people should really just be able to do it themselves. As easily as opening up their web browser, hit new page, copy, paste, drag, drop, hit save, and it just works everywhere. And not only that, but it should be an enjoyable, creative experience. And we're gonna change this.
No, you have really, your company has scaled very quickly. You've gone international very quickly. You have customers from around the world. And once again, we're fortunate to say that you're based out of Ottawa and of course a Canadian company. So I know that one of your speaking topics is pretty much going from, I guess, a scale-up perspective of going into a scale-up. Maybe you can share with us a little bit what maybe that message is that you're trying to get across. What is it that you feel like from a startup to a scale-up that companies either miss or kind of have to pay close attention to?
Sure. So tomorrow, myself and Alan from Clipfolio, another Ottawa company, are going to be talking about, I think they called it from startup to scale-up. And what that means is really that these are two very distinct phases in the life of a startup. And because you're so busy in startup life, running around trying to put out fires and grow the company, you may not actually realize when you trip over into the next phase. And that can be very costly because if you don't, a couple of bad things can happen. You and all of your stakeholders may not be aligned on the priorities for the company. That may cause some friction, expectations may be misaligned, or it could be that because you're in a different phase than you thought, you're focused on the wrong things. And of course, if you're focused on the wrong things, you're going to fail. And so what he and I tomorrow hopefully will do is just kind of educate people a little bit on what does each phase look like, how do you know which one you're in, what should you be focused on at each phase, and hopefully help with a smooth transition from one phase to another.
No, I mean, both you and Alan are definitely people that can speak to that. Your company has grown so fast, and as you say, I'm excited because you are going to share a little bit with us more, but you said to me that this conference actually has a very unique timing for Page Cloud as well. Can you maybe elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. Early next week, we're about to release something to the public that we've been hard working on for the last year. As a company, we've been a little bit quiet as we rethought who's our customer, how can we take this really magical technology we've got and make it even easier, even more enjoyable. And we've redesigned our website editor experience from the ground up. And so early next week, the public will get to see it for the first time. We've been in private beta for over a month now. The response has been great. And anything that you've seen come out of Page Cloud to date, we've really reinvented it again. And it is a delightful experience that people are just going to absolutely love.
Now, I love the fact that you said, it's so interesting that literally in the same conversation, we can use the word disruptive and we can use the word reinvent with you, which is, you think when you're disrupting an industry and the way people think, that's already a reinvention of some sort. But even that has not been enough for you as a company. You've always said, okay, listen, we need to reinvent ourselves. Why do you feel it's so important for you to consistently have that reinvention in mind?
For one thing, I think it's just a really huge mission we're on here. I mean, you've got literally billions of people on the web, and so the install base of people wanting to be able to put stuff there is absolutely massive. It's one of the biggest markets there is for software. It's a combination of things. I also think, I forget who it was, it might have been Steve Jobs, I'm not sure, but somebody famous one said that if you don't cannibalize yourself, someone else will. So we're definitely not staying still. Just when we think we've got something great and amazing, the very next day we wake up and we're like, okay, how can we do better? And so it's a journey for sure, and we still have a ton of work ahead of us. This problem will probably keep us busy reinventing things for the next 10 years. There's just so much to do. But we have a different philosophy, I think, than a lot of the people in this space, which is that we're not just focused on features and capabilities and ROI and stuff. We spend a lot of time thinking about the user experience and making the process of creating something and sharing it with the world just absolutely pleasurable. And that's as important to us as ticking features off on a list and worrying about price points, because it should be just a joyous experience to create something yourself, put it on the web, share it with whoever you want to share it with, and get that feeling of satisfaction. And we're very right on the precipice of really nailing that for people.
Wow, that sounds spectacular. So, Greg, it's always such a pleasure in speaking with you. We're once again, as a city and of course as a country, very proud of what you guys are doing. And for those of you that have not engaged with Page Cloud just yet, make sure that you do, because it is truly an opportunity for you once again to allow you. And that's what I love about what you guys have done. You have really empowered small, medium, large businesses, just, the average Joe that just, hey, I want to have my own site. I want to showcase my photography portfolio. I want to just do that, and you've made that so simple, and that is so powerful, and to know that you're consistently trying to evolve and make that better is pretty spectacular. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you guys for joining us. Have a nice day.